it's safe to say that there's some really cool model aircraft accessories out there. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some 3D printed jet bridges from Clipper Models. This is going to be a blast, and I'm super excited for this. Let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Alrighty everybody, so we're going to be taking a look at these 3D printed jet bridges. These come here from Clipper Models, and this is on the Flying Spanner channel, which has made some really cool videos. So the thumbnail caught my eye, and I thought these would be really cool to take a look at here today. So with that all being said, let's just go ahead and take a look, everybody. Very cool engine start here to start the video. I think this had a really cool model airport that I've seen too. Need to double verify that. Okay, there's the cat. Love that.
Model unboxing. It's model related. It's more an accessory unboxing. So the model we have today is from Clipper Models. So I can't remember how much I paid for these.
I've heard a bunch good about Clipper. I don't know if they're. I don't think they're US based. I might be wrong on that, but anyway, let's get the box open.
Yeah, I thought they look really nice. These are for a kind of a future model airport I'm kind of building at the moment. Kind of more the American style jet.
There is the cat.
And they look a little bit better.
Certainly adds some commentary to it. There's no doubt about that.
Gemini ones do just still look a bit tacky and plasticky. So first off, we just have a look at this.
Those look sharp from the glance.
Just kind of an overview, a little leaflet of what they do. So that I think is their Gibraltar terminal.
That's really cool.
The other layout. They do like a regional thing where they have the terminals and you can just add whichever you want in there. And then a little feedback thing. So these are good. I'll give them some feedback. So what we have in here. 8
jet bridges?
You've got
10 maybe? Let's see.
How many have we got? So we have,
I think 10.
4, 8. Oh, we've got 10.
Very nice.
10 jet bridges. I thought we only ordered. Unless they come in a pack of 5. I can't remember that.
Pack of 5 probably.
So we have all of the
connecting pieces.
That's quite handy. I didn't realise they all detached all that stuff. So they got the little bits in this little packet. They got stairways, which of course go on the side. The little bits that go on the terminal. See, this is what I like about them compared to the Gemini ones.
This is the same as the custom airport diorama ones. This is by far the best way to have jet bridges in 400. Is the just little dab piece there, and these are even thinner than the other ones that I have.
Gives it the height there,
but that's really nice.
Goes onto your terminal face there, so I think that's quite good.
I like that design. I'm a big fan of it.
I think they look.
Or make it like JC's glass jet bridges. They're easier.
So this one.
That's really nice. Yeah, I really like that design. That is very fluid.
This one's just a normal jetway. You can get one that has
canopy's nice.
They kind of
got enough detail.
Whatever.
Did it have an HVAC on it?
That idea. I thought I'd just stick.
I don't see an HVAC, but obviously not every jet bridge has that. So
overall,
I want to see him move those.
It looks really good.
Elevating piece as well.
Of course, got the little jetway and the door. Not even on the camera there. Jetway.
Yeah,
door
nice
and the
to
window,
see the door in the window. Is sharp.
3D printed and hand painted.
Oh, it is hand painted. That's impressive. Yeah, very nice.
And then it has the wheels underneath.
Are they fixed?
They do come out, of course. It's 3D print, so to be
gentle, or is it fixed?
Somewhat gentle with it. Trying to be gentle.
I wonder if it's fixed or if it's just.
I think once you use it a few times.
Gentle. There it goes.
So
and I like that, having more tension so that it actually stays. So that's extremely valuable for wide body aircraft. So that I'm a huge fan of that.
I'm planning this airport to go
so that's extremely intelligent right there. That's a great move. High IQ.
Nothing bigger than that. So
that's really impressive. Let's see if he attaches some pieces here.
On the deck. Get some stairs out.
Yeah, let's get some stairs. I like that end piece. That's really sharp, and the actual rotating piece stands above it, which is pretty interesting.
I thought I ordered grey. I'm not overly sure which colour. I thought I ordered grey, so it's going to be that colour all the way along. But I might just
grey's pretty good.
All a coat of, mask up the front bit. I'll mask up the front bit and the hood. But overall, I might just give it all a little paint of the metallic grey.
Oh yeah, metallic type, like, yeah, that would add a little bit of
stairs,
flavor to it for sure, but it's good. Those are good stairs. Those look really nice. I'm a big fan of those stairs.
Shiny grey.
They also look pretty durable, which is extremely important. I'm a huge fan of how easy it is to stand that bridge up. That's extremely awesome. That's very, very, very nice.
Camera adjustment. So if I go to ×5, you can just see it there. I think that just looks a little bit better than what the Gemini ones did.
I definitely like elements of this for sure. It's a little bulky there, but that's to be expected, and you want continuity when you're moving it.
Getting the Gemini boxes now,
so it's definitely understandable.
10 in total. I think I bought 2 packs.
Bulky as in like compared to the swivel piece, if you see kind of how much bigger it is. But if it's extended, you don't notice that near as much.
Maybe $60 or however much it worked out to be. And a pack of 2 packs of 5.
Now keep in mind, I think he's in pounds here, so that's probably closer to the $40, $45 range, 45 or 50 maybe. There goes that cat.
Now the dog's awake, so $16 it was for 1 pack, which is cheaper than the.
Okay, that might be US. Oh, wow, that was a move, and now we have a dog and a cat. He's gonna tear up that airport. Wow, well this is certainly the real deal.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much the video. I hope you enjoyed it.
That's impressive.
Try to get an Australian update out.
I feel bad for those cars.
And do a couple pre-made videos, really.
Don't step on those cars.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and have a good day. Adios.
Okay, that was certainly quite the finish to the video there. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, Flying Spanner does a bunch of really good content from what I recall. Yeah, it's this model airport. I remember seeing this. So definitely gonna have to react to some more of these for sure. But as you can tell, he has a very nice plethora here of videos. So it is cool to see the, random upload sprees and so forth from him. But I know that it was one of these videos way back a couple years ago that I saw for the first time. So there we go. Anyway, what I did want to mention here, these jet bridges look really nice. I'm definitely interested in them. I think the biggest asset of these bridges, I personally think, is obviously the price is a huge aspect. But I certainly think that the height not being wrong. So easy to get where you want it, right? So obviously it takes some effort to move it a little bit, but once it's there, it's not going to move on you. And I think that's huge compared to obviously the Gemini ones that you've seen on my airport updates. I can never get them to stand. So I certainly think that's a huge one. And I will be getting here very shortly the Tarmac Designs glass jet bridges, so I'm eager to see how those function. So I'm definitely interested in some Clipper models. I'm not sure if, yeah, here we go with the links. So you can take a look at all of what they have, and I certainly think it's a very nice, and that's a really good picture. Can I just get a picture of that by itself? So really take a look at this, and I certainly think it's really impressive, the amount of detail that Clipper Models has put in. You can also see they have new and old jet bridge designs. Here's the new one with the swivel wire piece, which is extremely cool. So yeah, I really like the concourse as well. I love the light poles off of that, and I certainly think it looks very realistic. This might be kind of looks like St. Louis almost, I don't know. But anyway, certainly really cool, and they have some very cool accessories. You can see here, there's an Atlanta full replica that's over $1,000, but obviously like Midway, for example, you might look at this and say, well, 700's a bunch. Well, but unfortunately, by the time that you do the price analysis for the, man, that's such a good replica. The cost of the jet bridges, the cost of the ladders, and then the light poles, all that, it comes out to be probably 600, and then you got to make some labor money on it, right? So this is extremely impressive. If my TUL concourse was slightly smaller than this, and I got it for a little bit less. But obviously, you got to negotiate and so forth. But this is extremely impressive, really cool, and definitely, I obviously could buy this right now and get a layover layout and finish my Midway display within 10 minutes, but right, it's a balancing act. But I love the detail. I'm definitely interested in buying some sort of smaller concourse, like maybe the size of this over here. I just think the detail is extremely impressive from Clipper Models, and they certainly got a really good scope here on what's going on. So you got the full model airports, and then obviously a couple of different pieces here as well. Just looking at the entire 1 to 400 scope, you obviously got quite a few different buildings. There's a rental car facility, so that's really cool. If you're making a model airport, you also got the gas station as well. I love that Delta hangar. That's a SLC replica. And there's the bridge, which the bridge prices are very good, from $17 for 5, I'm assuming is what we got here. So that's very cool. So you get a 5-pack. So I'm definitely going to buy one of these. I really like the numbers. So this has actually progressed since that video. So if we take a look, you got the new wire design that's on newer bridges. And then, yeah, speaking of the HVAC, here it is on the top. You can see them on the top and the bottom. This one's on the top. I was about to mention I wanted to see this filled in because I saw the hole on it on the other ones. So I'm extremely glad to see that he did that. And yeah, that's just really nice. I like the white. I love the logo there on the top as well. So these have definitely progressed fast. So impressive to see the HVAC on there and the wire and so forth. So here's a couple of other displays. This would be kind of what I would be interested in, one of these concourses. This one looks extremely nice. It almost looks like a real airport almost, but obviously, you know, the price differential. But I think that the design here looks better. The light poles would be worth the money, so I'm definitely going to consider that. You even got an Albany like over the wing. So yeah, there's really good products, and this video is not sponsored, obviously, of course. I just am extremely impressed. I do need this construction equipment for all the projects that are going on at TUL and my other airports. There's Colorado-inspired like tent design. That's really cool. Here's the boarding stands that you would see at LAX. That's cool. 3 for $30 maybe is what we're doing there. Here's a hotel that's really nice. So yeah, extremely impressive. I do want to get a better look here at this concourse. This would be what I would be interested in. And if it does come with the jet bridges, which it does, that's a pretty good deal, because if you do the math, the jet bridges would be $40, right? So $35, $40. So you're really getting this concourse for $150, which is really cool. So you get the 3 sections of it. I think this is one, and then it probably breaks off here. It breaks off right there. So that's really cool. And you do get the extension pieces as well, so you're not going to get shortage on that. So every piece you see is functional, which is really cool. So definitely going to look at this, and I think that this would be a nice extension. A layover layout would go nicely with this. And I don't know if this is, you know, what I tap into maybe for a 1 to 200 project and try to get this concourse 1 to 200 or so, but it is just extremely impressive. And I certainly think that this is right there with the other concourses on, what's it called? I think it's going to be the just like custom airport designs. I think this is one of the best ones. So, and it doesn't say where they're based at, so I'm not sure what the shipping is and so forth, but I'll have to look at that. But anyway, just thought that we'd dive into this clip model. Certainly has some cool products. Definitely check them out. Really exciting and really eager to see what's going to happen as we continue to move forward. But nevertheless, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love and love you do. My name is CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. As CM Aviation is signing off.